Let's move on now to the Arizona Cardinals in our 2023 season prediction video, where Ryan and I will break down the entire season for the Cardinals and how we feel their playoff chances are. But before we do that, if you have not already, smash that subscribe button. Also ring the bell to get notified whenever we create new content. Ryan and I, we have a lot of content coming up throughout the season, as we will be doing a fun season-long competition where we will predict and make videos on every single NFL game. Also, too, starting this Sunday, September 3rd at 8:15 Eastern Time, Ryan and I will be going live and be reviewing all the action that happened that day. On this Sunday, it'll be a fun little change of pace. So NFL games will be going on, but we will be predicting and having bold predictions for every single NFL team. So if you want to join us this Sunday, be sure to subscribe and also ring the bell to get notified when we go live. And Ryan, let's get into it here.
Let's do it.
As I mentioned, we predict the winner of every single NFL game, and we also, on some crucial games, had some ties as well. Just kind of indicate the overall floor and ceiling. And if you're able to pull the screen up, for the Cardinals, there were no ties.
No,
there were no wins. Just this team, it's going to be a long season for y'all. I would. If I'm a Cardinals fan, I would be watching a lot more football on Saturday to see who they might want to draft. And so it's with the trade with the Houston Texans, you guys very, very likely could have 2 top 5 picks. So you guys could be getting
the first 2 picks.
I know. And so it's going to be fun to speculate kind of throughout the year, like what's going to happen with Kyler Murray, because that contract is almost immovable, but I don't think the new regime really cares. As well, then, they need receivers, and I know they have Marquise Brown and Rondell Moore, but then you throw in Marvin Harrison Jr. in there. It's going to be crazy. But that's a conversation for another day. They're just not a good team. And they're playing with their cross-division rival is with the NFC East as well, which is the other top division in the NFC. So they're potentially playing against 4 playoff teams there. The Niners and the Seahawks are going to be making playoffs, and the Rams have just more talent in general than them. It's just going to be a rough season.
Yeah, that's the thing to me. It's like I think you just look on paper, and like without Kyler Murray, this wide receiver room is kind of falling apart with the DeAndre Hopkins move, and then you also look. Isaiah Simmons was just traded to the Giants. Not that he was a super great player, but that was a former first-round pick that they just kind of let go, and so. It's just interesting kind of watching what they're doing with this team, and they're clearly in a rebuild. So I do want to say they probably will winning a couple. They probably will end up winning a couple games. It's just we didn't really feel comfortable putting them in any team that they were playing, saying like, yeah, they within a reasonable argument could win this game. They're going to have to stun somebody.
Well, and
like you look at their first 5 games, all of those teams are playing for a playoff spot.
Those are all playoff games. I mean, to be honest, their best chances are going to be against the Rams. That I could see here, especially then too. Then they're playing the AFC North as their cross division, cross conference rival.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe the Browns, like maybe Josh Dobbs will know if Josh Dobbs was started there. And also, too, at this point, if you're the Cardinals, you invested so much in Kyler Murray. Also, I think you might want Kyler Murray to be healthy. I'm not playing him. I mean, if we start off 0-9, what's the point of Kyler Murray coming back and playing? Maybe the Texans, that could be an interesting one.
Yeah.
So you got a couple weeks there.
But I mean, like even to close out the season, like I think the Bears are going to be competing for a wild card slot in the NFC.
This is
the Eagles and Seahawks are just way better teams.
This is going to be the Bears' strategy: is we're just going to run the ball, and then Justin Fields, if we do pass it, we'll have one read to DJ Moore, where we'll roll out, and then just run by everybody on defense if he's not open, because you're faster than everybody.
Yeah.
So it's. I think too, because it's only happened a couple of times, and this is just a huge prediction, so to say. I obviously, but this might be one of the worst talented roster teams I think that we've seen.
Yeah,
and that includes like with the 0-16 Lions from a couple years ago and the Browns as well.
Yeah.
But It's just kind of what some teams have to go through, and then with the injury with Kyler Murray, it's not going to help anybody. If they had Kyler Murray, I'd be like, him alone will win a couple of games.
Yeah, and that to me, they don't have talent. They have a first-time head coach. They're moving around a lot of pieces, and I think they have a good foundation. Paris Johnson was a great first pick. And then I do like Rondell Moore and Marquise Brown. I think those are good receivers, just nothing. They're not on DeAndre Hopkins level. They're not number one wide receivers. They're complementary pieces.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see how the Cardinals do. But let's go ahead and wrap up this video here. If you guys have not already, please go ahead and like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below on how you think the Cardinals are going to do in 2023. Other than that, we will see you guys next time.